Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of German Garage. Today we're going to be working on the Alfa Romeo 4C. And if you saw the title, we're going to be installing a motor mount, but not really the mount itself. It's kind of like a bushing that goes inside for the Alfa Romeo. For those who know, there's a lower motor mount that just doesn't really do its job. It causes lift and flex in the engine a lot. And this is a insert by PowerFlex, purchased from Euro Compulsion. I'll leave a description below with a link if you're curious about purchasing it. I did not go for the track one because it's a little bit too firm and you'll get a lot of noise. I went for the straight one, which is a just totally big improvement by itself. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to install that. So first things first, just go ahead and get it jacked up. I have it on some ramps. After I got it lifted, you're going to have to remove the heat shield in the front, the diffuser towards the rear, and then also this cross member in the center if you want a little bit better access to it. Sizes I'll leave in the description below for the bolts. It's not relatively that hard. If you guys want a video on that specifically, how to just remove the skid plates, there's tons of videos out there, but I'm going to show you exactly where that motor mount is. Alright guys, so we're underneath the car, pretty much towards the center. You'll see the catalytic converter there. I'm on kind of towards the passenger side. There's the drive shaft, the flex pipe there, and then you'll see this mount in a sense right here, and that insert goes right into there. Because if you were to take a look, it's kind of hard to see. See how there's that opening there? It allows a little bit of a flex in it. It's not really a full solid mount, so that insert goes in there. But really, you have this bolt here, it's a star style, and you have these two here. And I'll give you sizes and show you how to go about doing that. You'll probably need a jack as well, piece of wood if you just want to support it underneath somewhere there. But let me go ahead and put some sockets on there and let you know the size. Alright guys, so fitments and everything. You're going to have the bolt there, a nut at the end, and this 6-pointed styled bolt right there in the center. A 14mm does fit that one. That's that one for the center of that dog bone style one. And then if you look here, this, I believe it's more closer to standard, but a 21mm does fit pretty good on that. And then for the inside of here, I'm going to actually just put a socket on there. It's a 24mm. Just have to push up on that flex pipe right there a little bit. And then also keep in mind, you do need to use a piece of wood to block up the motor, unless you have a tall enough jack or a different type of support. So when you take the motor mount out, it's still supported, and then you can get that new one back in. So I'm going to go ahead and unbolt this and pull that out. So again, you got that 24, 21, and 14mm right there, okay? Alright guys, so you remove the motor mount itself, it's all out. So there is something that's controversial if you go off the PowerFlex manufacturer who made this. My motor mount was installed like this. This side going up, that's the top towards the chassis, this is underneath towards the ground. As you even saw in the video, I had the sticker on the bottom. This is the top, but they want you to have this side towards the top, this side towards below. I'll leave a picture right here after this, just to show you. Alright, so as you saw in the picture, I think it was just kind of misled maybe, probably, because they had that bolt going underneath. That this side is the chassis side, since the chassis sits underneath the motor, that this is actually then going to go the correct way. That's the way I'm going to install it at least. So again, this is the top towards the powertrain, the engine. This side is towards the chassis. That bolt that, as you saw in the diagram, I think was just not really, it kind of is misleading a little bit. It'll go back and through the center there, which kind of though makes more sense because then this is kind of covering up and preventing any more exposure and allowing more flex to happen compared to the top. So I guess that side makes more sense, even though the picture can be misleading. But I went ahead and cleaned it, added some grease in the inside. I'll just wipe it down again before the install. I'll get back to showing you how to install that.
Alright guys, so I'm back underneath the car, have the motor mount. It's relatively pretty simple. You could just go ahead and slide it back in, just like that, with that side down. That side goes up into there. What I like to do is actually tighten up this one first before you put that 14mm bolt in there, just so you could actually slide and adjust it and move it. I'm going to go ahead and put those bolts in. I'll leave torque specs below in the description just in case you're worried about the torque on it. I may have it in newtons also, but I should have it in foot-pounds for sure. I'll leave that below so you can just quick reference that again with the sizes for the bolts and nuts. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten that up, making sure to put those washers that were on there when you took it off. Alright guys, so after you've installed the bolts and tightened it down, don't forget you are going to have to install this cover. It just slides right back on over it this way, and then there's a retaining pin that has to go on as well. It just kind of secures it like that. I'll show you what that looks like. I mean, it's not really that hard. This kind of just goes on over it. Alright guys, so after you've put that cover back on, again it just slides right on. Retaining pin goes on. Don't forget to take off your piece of wood. Put on that cross member aluminum subframe cover that goes over there. Put everything back up. Other than that, hope you guys liked the video. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below. I didn't really show too much about installing it because it's pretty self-explanatory. Wiggling it out can be a little bit confusing, but if you have any questions, just feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to tighten everything up, and again, I'll leave torque specs below. Thanks, guys.